Harrisburg Stampede. Justin Coble with
I gotta change the freaking...
Oh, there it is.
Basically, they were playing
Major
Major League with a real game, yeah.
Oh, shit, there's the Hattie.
Welcome back to the home of sports talk for the average Joe, the Zennial home of sports talk. My name is Jason.
And I'm David.
And this is the, what number is this? The 92nd?
99.
Oh, the 99th episode of the Non-There Sports Podcast. I've gone back a bit with the 92nd.
I'll say going back a little bit.
7:16, man. I don't know what you're expecting of me on a Saturday morning.
Dude, trust me, I know how you feel.
But here we are. We're back. It's my fault we didn't have an episode last time. I forgot that I had to get the car up to Northumberland in Pennsylvania here to get the car's first service at the dealership. And it's a freebie, so I kind of didn't want to miss that.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. You don't want to do it.
I almost asked if you wanted to ride with me, but all we would have done was sit at the dealership because there's nothing around it.
Shocking. There's nothing around it there in general anyways. I mean, I still got one with. We could have had to show up there.
I was there. Okay, so while I was there, I said to Jamie, because this is one of those dealerships that has like a fridge that's just for customers. And they have like snacks forever. Like there's customer snacks, and there's a fridge, and there's all these like sodas and juices and waters, right? And I'm like, the guy across from me, every like 5 minutes was getting like he would chug Mountain Dews the entire time he was there. I'm like, at some point they should have just started put a charge on his bill, because he at least cost them for sure 12-pack of Mountain Dew while I was there.
So at least $10. Got it.
I'm saying, man, like, I'd be sitting there on my phone, all of a sudden I'd hear, shh.
So it's me. Got it.
And then, shh. The fuck, man? How many Mountain Dews do you need in the morning? God.
Hey, remember how much I used to drink in the morning?
I'm not making fun of you, though. This guy, I honestly think he was doing it because it was free. Like, I don't think it was that. It was a Mountain Dew thing.
Because he was thirsty. He just did it because they're free and wanted to get the most of it.
Yeah, it's like, they're going to charge me for this. I'm going to drink as much soda as possible.
Well, when I had my Jeep, I had to go out for a recall to the Pottsville dealership. They had the same thing, the drinks there, but they also had a full-blown ice cream, like, popsicle, like you would see in a ice cream truck.
Was that Pritz?
I don't remember what it was.
Because that's where I got my Caliber, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, it was like full-blown, all the ice creams, like Nutty Buddies and all that fun stuff. It's like, yes, ice cream for breakfast.
Oh, man.
It was, yeah, the good old times. So
that guy was like
shit.
Farva.
Oh, God, a liter of cola.
Double fisting.
He wanted to get his liter of cola.
Let's go punch for punch. Did not see that coming.
Oh, the fun times.
I don't want a large Farva. I want a goddamn liter of cola.
You mean shenanigans?
I'm sorry. Welcome to the morning zoo portion of the show.
Zoo portion.
We just don't have all the sound effects because that requires money, and I don't have it.
Yeah, same here on that one.
Oh, man. So we're talking about the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl nobody wants.
I mean, look, I don't have a vested interest in any team, but I'm kind of happy to see the Eagles back in it. I'm not going to lie to you.
I mean, I'm going for the Eagles just because, well, one, Pennsylvania.
PA Pride, yep.
Two, I want to see Barkley get a ring. You know, Penn State, he is a Penn State running back. Now with the Eagles in the Super Bowl, I kind of, I do want to see him get something.
I've seen where a lot of people have recently started talking about how he could be potentially the greatest running back to ever play the game, and that is not something I think you should say lightly. Not saying that he couldn't be, but
Well, the
There was a
fact
lot
that
of great running backs before him, but I mean, he did almost break the single season record this year. Understandably, that's not something he's chasing, but it almost happened. Um, but yeah,
I
it'd
think
be
with
cool to
him
see him
though,
get a ring.
I think with him though is that he has gained so much respect for a lot of players, not just with the way he is, but also how he plays the game.
Right.
He had a chance to get the record. He's like, no, I don't want to hurt myself. We need to win. I don't want to hurt myself for the playoffs. We need to win.
Yeah.
He has like the one game he was so close of getting, breaking another record. I'm not sure if it was a personal or a franchise or one or anything like that, but he said, no, let the kids go, let the kids run, let them eat, let them, you know, he was cool with that, and that shows a lot of character. Like, hey, I just want to win. All these records are great and all, but I want to win, and he kind of shows respect for that.
I mean, we've talked about this before in prior episodes. The modern professional athlete is very team driven, whereas, in our youth and teen years and even our early 20s, a lot of athletes were individually driven. It was about, getting bonuses in their contract if they hit, this, oh, well, I get an extra 5 million or whatever.
Yeah.
Everything was incentivized for them to perform as an individual, and a lot of modern athletes, that's not something they're concerned about. They're concerned more about, being part of the team's legacy, not their individual legacy. And I think that's much more commendable than chasing personal goals. Personal goals are great, and it's good to have them. I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that it just seems like a lot of modern athletes care more about the team's success than their own. And that's far more admirable because at the end of the day, whether people want to acknowledge it or not, and Charles Barkley was infamous for saying he wasn't one, professional athletes inevitably are role models for children, whether that's the goal or not. It happens.
Oh,
It's just
absolutely.
it's something you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube anymore. It is what it is. Um, and I think
You
by
tried that, haven't
being
you?
no, it's just a great analogy. Um, but I lost my train of thought now. Great.
But no, yeah, I mean, whether the athletes realize it or not, whether they want it or not, they are role models. They are role models for these kids. They are
and by
just that.
being and by being pro the team's success, it's showing these kids that are watching that, it's more important to be part of the team than to be the individual. You don't need to be the superstar. You need to be reliable and dependable. And that's what is more important. I was talking with someone before, and I'm not going to say who it is on the air, but I'll tell you off the air because I know it won't surprise you. But they said their kid was getting looked at by colleges, and that a lot of the colleges that have reached out to them have said that it's more about the personality of the player. It's not always about the stats. It's not always about their achievements. It's about the personality of the player. What does the player bring to the culture of the team? And I was talking to my dad about that because, my dad's been a coach for over 30
Yeah,
years now.
a long time.
And and he said no. He's like, that's absolutely what we look for now. We look for players. He's like, even in high school level, we want players who are about the culture of the team and the personality of the team and putting the team first. We're not looking for, there were players when we were in school who played high school basketball for our high school who they would randomly just dunk because they could. Like my dad's like, we don't want people like that. Is it great if you can do it? Fine, but don't do it just because you can. Make sure the team succeeds before you do.
Yeah.
And if that's what they're looking for at this level, at even this level, I think that's a product of how the modern athlete is now. It is about the team. This has nothing to do with the Super Bowl, but this is just where we happen to land. Um, It's weird when America roots for Philadelphia.
It is. It is strange because nobody wants to see the
Um,
Chiefs win.
and it typically sets Philadelphia teams up for failure because every time they've rooted for the Phils, it has blown up in the Phils' face. Um, First off, okay, since we're talking about fans and Philadelphia fans, um, I'm not condoning what that guy did to the couple in the Green Bay. Well, okay, here's the thing. They were Green Bay fans living in Pennsylvania. The guy is a lifelong Philadelphia resident, and he's a Green Bay Packers fan. One, weird. Two, this has not been talked about online, but it has come out that he set up a GoFundMe on his YouTube channel to have people pay for him to go to the game to instigate Philly or Eagles fans and to record it for his YouTube channel. No one's talked about that, but I've seen it on Barstool Sports. That was the only place I saw actually report it. So yes, while the Philadelphia Eagles fan acted like a jerk, a major dick, okay? I'm not saying he's abstained from any blame, but the national media yet again only covered part of the story with Philadelphia sports fans.
Doesn't shock me, but
Because this guy and his wife purposely went to that game to antagonize people to put it on their YouTube channel. And that's where we are as a country, and that pisses me off to no end. And I'm off my soapbox. Let's not continue any further down this road because it's not going to make anyone happy. I'm just stating I think that's crap.
are you right
What?
there? Are you okay now?
Look, I am a lifelong Phils fan. I'm a diehard Phils fan. And every time I've been around dickhead Phils fans, we typically kind of make fun of those people. They don't represent the majority, but somehow it's made to seem like we are the majority, and that's not the case.
We even boo Santa Claus.
That is, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna get on my high horse here. I'm gonna get on my high horse here.
Here we go. Here we go. What did
Philadelphia
I just spark?
sports fans threw snowballs at a drunk Santa Claus in 1963. Okay? They threw snowballs at a drunk Santa Claus in 1963. Did they throw batteries at no, did they throw shit at Michael Irvin and celebrate when he was injured? Yes. People forget Michael Irvin was an asshole when he played football. And no one liked him. And he had multiple criminal charges at the time. But we're going to ignore that because it doesn't fit the narrative. Dodgers fans killed a person. Dodgers fans killed a guy who went to a game to see the Giants play the Dodgers, and he happened to live in LA. They put the guy in a coma and he died. But let's continue the narrative that Philadelphia sports fans are the absolute worst human beings on the planet as sports fans. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
No,
because I don't remember any Eagles fans killing a person.
No,
because they happen to wear a Cowboys jersey. I don't know any Flyers fans who've killed someone because they wore a Devils jersey. I've never heard of a Phils fan killing someone because they wear a Mets jersey. So I don't know. Maybe we're not actually the worst.
Oh, I don't think so either.
Sorry. I'm just sick of this continual narrative in the national sports media that Philadelphia fans are just the worst people on the planet. When Dodgers fans killed a person. That's the ASMR portion of the show.
Oh, I get it. Trust me, I get it. It just always seems to Philly's always the easy pick.
And Philly sports fans, they inevitably take the blame for something that happened over 60 years ago.
They're Philadelphia fans. It's just what it is.
And they ignore the fact that it was actually another fan from the stands that they pulled to dress up as Santa because the person who was supposed to be Santa did not make it. And that drunk fool was antagonizing the people. Like, again, there's so many things they choose to ignore because it doesn't fit the narrative.
Pretty
All
much.
right, I'm off my high horse because I took up a majority of this half just complaining about sports media and other stuff.
It's just funny
I
when I was watching, I was just browsing through stuff and I saw a map that said people going for Eagles, just a dot in Pennsylvania. People going for Chiefs, dot for them. The rest of the state was like clear, and it said nobody cares.
see. I don't buy that at all because
No, it just finds it funny because everybody wanted a Bills Lions Super Bowl.
I really wanted the Lions to do
Oh, I
it
thought
just
I thought
because
that's would have been it.
that is such a long suffering fan base. And
I
my
mean, I thought
buddy
that's would have
Albert,
been it.
who I do the Pro Wrestling Outlaws show with, he lives in Michigan. He's obviously a very diehard Lions fan. And so he was obviously very upset that it didn't happen. And then a few days later, he's like, "Look, I really thought we'd combat all the injuries that we had to deal with." He's like, "I should have known we couldn't." He's like, "And it was a hell of a season." He's like, "Maybe next year everyone's healthy." And I said to him, I go, "This is only the second year of really this version of the team.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good
I
things to
wouldn't
come
count
from
them
it.
out at all."
No, it's only good things to come from that. Only good things to come from, with that coming out. But yeah, I'm
I
just
did
tired of
want to
listening
see
about
the
the Chiefs.
Bills
I'm just tired. I'm
because
just tired of the Chiefs.
the Chiefs are now in that Patriots role. Because let's be
Pretty
honest,
much. Pretty much.
I think a lot of people were like, "Wow, they did it when they won that first one," and you kind of were like, "Okay, they're a scrappy team, good for them. Glad it wasn't the Pats this time." Especially because didn't they lose against Brady when he was with the Bucks?
I think so.
'Cause I think then that helped. People were like, "Yeah, they're gonna do it, right?" And now they've done it so much, it's like, no, we're sick of you.
Well, I think now since like the past 2 years, every 5 minutes they have to show Taylor Swift. They have to show the box of. It's like show
And
the
here's the
game.
thing. Here's
Just
the
show the
thing.
game.
And we've talked about this before. I don't blame her for that. She's not asking for
No,
that.
but it's just the fact that the NFL is making it that.
Oh yeah, it's the Taylor Bowl. I know that. But
And
I
it's
don't
just like play, just get to the game. We're here for the game, not for this, for the game.
and look, I'm gonna say her music is not my thing. I'm cool with that. I don't think anyone listening to this is gonna be mad at me for that. But I don't fault her
No, it's not her
for
fault that
being there to
she's
support the guy she's either engaged to or dating. I don't know what it is anymore. I don't
yeah.
really care. It doesn't affect his play on the field. He's still one of the greatest tight ends of all time.
He is. But I just wish the NFL would just game.
Right.
Yeah, no, I mean it's not her fault whatsoever. It's just the NFL is trying to get as much publicity out of this as possible.
Right. I
But I
don't
mean,
know. I mean, they're still a great team. I'm not going to take away from them being a great team. Andy Reid is truly a
yeah,
great coach, and
the Revs are a
he
great team
earned
as
a
well. I
lot
mean, the
of
Chiefs.
respect. He earned a lot of respect when he was in Philly. So when they had the beginning of this run, I was obviously very happy for Andy Reid because Andy Reid's a good guy overall. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. I don't want to get into it. Because you just we all see it, and there was, I believe, a first down that was not called a first down, but it was.
Oh
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me or just kind of just trying to skim over that part.
No. I'm trying to avoid that because everyone's talking about it, and you don't want to
But the sad
beat a
part
dead
is
horse.
Sure we do. That's what we do.
There were bullets in the gun.
But the
There
fact
were
was,
blanks in the gun. There were blanks in the gun. I'm sorry, it's early.
but when it's clearly there, Like you can clearly see it happening. It's kind of hard not to pick up, not to say something. It's like,
Right. I mean, here's the thing. I'm obviously Pennsylvania Pride, that they were the team I rooted for before I stopped rooting for a team because of fantasy football. I'm always going to be a little partial to the Eagles. That's who I want to see win. Um, Here's the thing. I don't buy the narrative that people don't care, because rematches are always a big sell.
oh
And
yeah,
this is a rematch. I don't
hmm
think it's a personal rematch by any means, but it's a
no, but
rematch.
it's a sports rematch, and that those are a lot of times hard to come by.
And it's and rematches in the NFL, I think, how do I want to word it? They seem more special because they don't happen a lot, and because of the NFL schedule. The NFL is a shorter season than every other sport in
Yeah.
North America. So, I see the Phils and Mets multiple times a season. I see the Phils and Braves multiple times a season. Now with this current schedule, they play every team at least once. So if they were to lose a World Series to that team, I'll see them play them for a 3-game series at some point in the season before the
Yeah.
playoffs. The same with, hockey, the same with the NBA. Um, with football, that doesn't happen a lot. So, when it's a Super Bowl rematch in the Super Bowl, that's to me a big sell. That would, even if I didn't like both teams, I would tune in just to see that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like you said, who doesn't like a rematch? So now come to the important thing of the Super Bowl. The most important thing. What are you making?
I don't know yet. We're going over to Dave and Hana's. I know that. And typically I would make cheesesteak sliders, but I just made them so I really don't want to make them again. Even though they're typically a big hit, and that's what I make when the Eagles are in the Super Bowl. So I really don't know what I'm making yet.
I'm tossing around either barbecue pulled chicken or like I'm not sure if I want garlic parm or buffalo meatballs.
Why not both?
I can get that too. Thinking of that too.
why not, why not do garlic parm and buffalo?
Or little smokies and barbecue sauce.
Why not just do a meatball bar?
Damn
You
it.
could do barbecue meatballs, you could do buffalo meatballs, you could do meatballs and marinara, and you could do garlic parm.
That's a lot of meatballs.
That's a lot of balls in your mouth.
Yes, that is a lot of balls in the mouth.
Oh
And then,
man.
maybe with those little smokies, put those in your mouth there.
There you go. Have some wieners and balls in your mouth, David.
Nom, 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 nom.
I wish I had the clown horn sound effect right now.
God.
um um
This is a hell of a way to start a morning.
it is. It is. Yeah, I don't know what I'm making yet. We should put that in the group. What are you having for Super Bowl? We should probably do that next week. But
Yeah, we could do it now, get it started. Oh man. Yeah, I haven't made a little smokies and barbecue sauce for a while though.
those are always good. Of
Oh yeah. I don't know, sometimes doctor up the sauce with some whiskey in that.
course you do. Of course you do.
Hey, I make it good. Nobody
That
complains about
Cooper's
eating
that
it.
Cooperstown, by the way, that Cooperstown bourbon is delicious.
Is it? Damn it.
That was a very solid birthday gift from my brother-in-law. Um, I thought actually when you said what the most important thing, I thought you were going to start going about the commercials. Um,
No, they've gotten horrible over the years.
Apparently there's one this year with Antonio Banderas playing Mean Gene Okerlund, and someone is going to be the Macho Man selling, I think, beer or I don't know what. I'm kind of intrigued about that one. Just as I mean, and some of the listeners know, I'm a huge Randy Savage fan. I
Yes,
have
you
been
are.
ever since I was a kid. Cheered him as a bad guy when I was a little kid. That's how much of a Randy Savage fan I am. So I'm kind of curious how this plays out. It's either going to be really bad or it's going to be really good, and I don't think there's going to be an in between.
No, with that, there's probably not going to be an in between for that one.
Because Randy Savage impersonations are either really bad or really good. And most people are really bad.
Now, I was actually thinking about doing wings this year too, getting some wings and just frying them up.
Oh, I thought maybe you'd smoke them.
I gotta clean my smoker,
Oh,
and
well,
it's been too damn cold to do that. So,
Well, lucky for you, it might be in the 50s for a couple of days this week.
oh yeah, lucky me to go have to do something. I don't want to do shit.
Uh, I guess we need to make a prediction at this point, don't we?
I'm going Eagles.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles.
I cannot say I'm going for. I cannot say it. You know, but no, I feel the most important thing about the Super Bowl is the food because everybody comes up with these all creative ways to make stuff and have stuff. Because I was thinking about getting wings. Did you remember the nights that we'd play hockey in the basement, and
Yeah.
we'd have those wings and have like a tray of sauces, and just pick whatever sauce you want, and that's what you had. I was thinking about doing something like that.
I still think the best wings we ever had back in those days were at Corky's.
God, Corky's, that's going back.
And your dad would order every flavor. Like he'd order 24 of every flavor every week.
Well, we would get what me and you would get one Old Bay, one barbecue, and we would just toss them together.
There was definitely times where your dad got 24 garlic, 24 mild, 24 Old Bay, 24 barbecue. And he would just put them on the bar and everyone would just say, oh yeah, wings, cool.
It didn't last.
No, they never lasted. Or if they did, and I'd be crashing in the basement, David, who would be upstairs, would walk right by, would get them out the fridge in the kitchen, ignore the microwave in the kitchen beside the fridge, go down and use the microwave at the bar in the basement while I'm trying to sleep. What the hell are you doing? I'm having wings.
I was hungry.
I was just telling Dave, I said, David's the only person to ever see me drunk. No one else has ever seen me drunk.
It's a long time ago, but
You know it was a bad week when when Dave said to me, he's like, how's that beer? I'm like, it tastes like I need another. Tells you how things have been lately.
oh, I get that. Trust me, I get that a lot. I get that.
Oh man. All right, so we're going with the Eagles in our Facebook group. Tell us who you're going with. We'll have a post after this is uploaded and shared for everyone to listen to.
I think we might have a couple of posts. What you're making, who you're going for.
Why don't we just do an official Super Bowl thread?
There you go.
What are you making? What's your prediction?
And what you making?
All that fun stuff. Yep. All right. Well, I think that's it for the first half.
Yeah, we'll call it the first half. And we will be right back.
Ma-da-ma, ma-da-ma.